everyone. I'm Alexia Maria Orihuela reporting for Hollywood Connections on Tan Talk Radio, and I'm here with
L.A. Hef and my wonderful and beautiful bunny, Zuma.
Cool. So, Mr. George here is an impersonation for Hefner. So, can you tell us how you got into this?
It was a matter of just being recognized in a contest approximately 6 years ago, and ever since then it's been wonderful. But the last 10 months have been exquisite because I finally found a bunny that is fantastic, and she's standing right next to me, so
to make me blush a little bit.
I don't want to pump her up too much. You know what I mean?
Not yet.
So how did you guys meet?
I was actually doing a competition in Des Moines, Iowa at Club Minx Show Palace, and he was one of the honorary judges. And at the end of the show, I ended up winning the competition, and he asked me to come along with one of his shows. And we've been together for about 10 months now doing this.
So what do you guys do with him, with you being his bunny? What is your job? Like, do you go on stage with him, or how does that work?
Yes, we did one act over there in Minx. That was the very first. Ba-ba-bum, here we are. And then we decided we're going to do a couple more and incorporate it with his shows. And so here we are today, just waiting and going to go ahead and put it on for you.
And we go to many different appearance events, and we do very well because we mesh, and everyone gets totally excited and happy that they see Hef and his bunny.
And they're also excited because he's always with blondies, and now we got the brunette side of it all.
That's always a plus. So, how long have you been attending Sunburst?
This is my second time here, but I have been here for 6 years.
And what do you say your favorite thing about Sunburst is?
Sunburst, my favorite thing is the congeniality of all the impersonators just being together, and it's just fun.
This is your first Sunburst?
This is my second Sunburst, but I absolutely love it. The people here are wonderful. They're like a big family. They're really, really welcoming, you know, so I wouldn't stop coming for the world.
Now, what would you say your favorite thing about being an impersonator, you know, setting up and everything? Do you go to other kind of events as well?
No, not really. Yes, there's one that we go to in Vegas called the Real Awards, and it's similar, but Vegas is Vegas, and Orlando Sunburst is a different situation.
And what would you say your favorite thing about being Hef is?
Being Hef, it's extremely interesting. You'd be surprised how well accepting people are of him and how much they really enjoy getting pictures and talking to who 90% of the time they think it is Hef.
Have you had any moments where people saw you in the street, like, oh my God, it's Hefner, oh my gosh?
Happens all the time.
Every 5 steps. Every 5 steps.
That must feel really cool.
Yeah, we just were in the mall to the dining pavilion last night. We got mobbed.
And then we got escort out of the mall.
Because the security said, we got to take you back to the hotel. You're gathering too much of a crowd here.
Yeah.
Now, I know you said that he was a judge. Do you ever do any more appearances like that?
Not really, because we're more or less in our personal appearances. But I go along when she's competing and appearing. But I don't judge because that would be really...
So if anybody wanted to see some of your photos or some of your work, where can they find you at?
Very, very easy. It's Hugh Hefner, lookalike.com.
Nice one. And what about you?
Same with him. I'm right along there with him. Or Puerto Rican Princess Zuma.
And what advice would you give to anyone who wants to be an impersonator like yourself?
You have to enjoy what you're doing, and if you enjoy it, everything works out wonderfully. So therefore, I've gone through 188 appearances and never really had a negative one.
Good for you. No, What about you?
I would say the same as him. I mean, we're like two minds that think the same. So I support everything he does. And I mean, coming along to these events, I get to meet and I get to see how these young kids look up to him. They respect him, you know, especially when they think, oh, it's really him. They're like, what can I do to be like you? How can I make it to that spot? And all he has to do is turn around. He looks at them and tells them, stay in school, continue to work hard, and you will be there. That great advice can touch somebody, you know. So I live for that moment when I see their face.
That's great advice. Well, thank you so much for your time, and it was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Orlando.
Thank you, guys, and stay tuned for more.